do things, you know?
August of 2023, London. You arrive in London.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, go ahead.
How does that go? What happens?
There's nobody there to pick me up, and it's not a big deal. I just got on the tube, and I was like, adventure, you know? And
you have to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, but that part was fun. But it's completely irresponsible as a company to, you know, leave somebody stranded at the airport. But, you know, I understand the sentiments. You know, people, you know, all the smarties on Twitter, like, oh, can't you just take an Uber? Will you, big crybaby? I never cried about it once. Not once.
How do people find out about these things?
Well, there were fans on the tube.
Okay.
They're taking pictures. Okay. You know, like I'm sitting there, I'm just sitting on the tube, and I'm just like, this is neat.
You feel like adult?
I'm still the guy. I when I fly in and out of Chicago, I take the Blue Line home.
Right.
I'm not trying to, you know, be super fancy and shit like that.
Where are you backstage? Jack Perry's on screen, and he says, real glass, why don't you cry about it? Where are you when this is said?
I was in my locker room.
Did you feel like that was directed at you?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, it obviously was directed at me.
Well, because, okay, so for those that may not know, apparently he had a trip planned. He wanted to use glass. You were consulted. You said, why would you use glass? Correct me, you lived it. So I'm trying to bring people up to speed.
This is one of those things where it's just like,
for those who don't know what incident he's referring to, CM Punk is talking about this incident that happened at the AEW 2023 All In event when Jack Perry did a little something like this.
Crushing.
Real glass.
Crushing the abdomen.
Go cry me a river.
Gonna turn things around. Hook.
There's all these rumors about NDAs.
Yes.
There's a big difference between not being allowed to talk about some shit or just not wanting to talk about some shit. I don't necessarily want to litigate this again.
You say again, you never talked about it publicly, but
no,
you mean like
I guess I haven't, but that's the thing. So Tony's big idea was a separate show. We're going to separate everybody. And I said, that'll never work. Just let me go. Just get me out of here. Just pay me my money. I've already been off TV. I hurt this arm. Just get me out of here. You know, no, I can't let you go. Why? Just let me go. Who cares? It's best. I mean, these guys don't want me here. This isn't a real business. This isn't a business predicated on making money, drawing money, selling tickets, you know, doing business. It's not what it was sold to me as. So let me go. No, I can't let you go. I'm going to do this new show. You're going to have blah, blah, blah. And then the second day we have this show, I'm sitting in catering, minding my own business. And Tony Schiavone comes and gets me. And he's like, hey, I really need your help. And I was like, what? He's like, Jack is, you know, cussing me out. And he's cussed out Mike Mansouri, and he cussed out Daryl from production, and he's cussing out the doctor right now. Why? What? And I was immediately like, dude isn't supposed to be here. You know, I was told people are getting separated, so there's not problems, and you don't want me involved in this because just like everything else I've explained before, like, y'all need to handle this, because if you don't, I'm going to handle it, and you're not going to like the way I handle it. Prophetic words. So he's begging me, now please, he drags me out of catering. I go up. Hook and Jack are doing an angle. I don't know anything about Jack going on vacation. All I know is there's a litany of people that don't want, they work one day a week and they don't want to. So they want to show up and wrestle and then film vignettes and then sit at home for 4 weeks. Great, not my company. Do what you want. But not on my show. That was my attitude. So I said, Tony, you really want me doing this? Yeah. And I walked up to Jack, and he was sitting in a car. What he wanted to do, it was a rental car. What he wanted to do was smash the window of the rental car with a pipe. And I was just like, it's a rental car. And I very politely, because I like Jack, I was just like, Doc's told you no, Daryl's told you no, Mike's told you no, Shivani's told you no, and now I have to tell you no. And apparently you've cussed them all out. So I'm telling you, no, we don't do that here. If you want to do this, go to Wednesday and do it. Right. And he had no problem. He said, okay. He said, well, I just thought it was a really cool idea. And I said, it might be, but this is a rental car. Boys ruin it for the boys. You're going to smash the window of a rental car and you're going to return it with no fucking window. And now whatever national budget hurts, whatever is going to be like, don't rent cars to pro wrestlers anymore. This is a thing that's happened.
Right.
This is, so I wasn't trying to throw my weight around. I wasn't like, this is my show and you gotta get out of here. I was just like, this is fucking dumb, man. And he wanted to do it so he didn't have to fly back to Canada. And I, sorry, man, we're privileged to be in this business. We're privileged to do this for a living. Like, I get it. I didn't want to go to Canada either. All the flights were delayed, canceled. Everybody's travel sucked. But to come to this new show when everyone's supposed to be separated, to get rid of all the drama, and then, swearing at the doctor because the doctor's like, it's real glass. You're gonna, like, shit's gonna go in your eye. Like, and I get it. I used to be that kid that was like young and I want to do this, but there's a safe way to do it. And I politely explained that to him. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cuss at him. I was just like, I very much just said, we don't do that here. This is Saturday. It's a different show. You want to do stuff like this? Do it on Wednesday. That was it. I didn't think there was going to be a problem. He obviously took something very business-minded, very personally. And that's fine, because I've done that before too. But it's very much who he's friends with. And, shit never got squashed. Nobody's in charge. And it turned into what it turned into.
So he says that, clearly a shot at you, as you said. Match is over. He goes to the back. What happens?
I went to Tony and I was just like,
which Tony, by the way? Khan. Okay.
And I was like, please handle that. Like, please. And he was like, what do you want me to do? And I was like, I'm not telling you what to do. Just be the boss, please. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I told you this was a mistake. And I told you separate shows wasn't going to work. And now we're all here. And, please handle it. Because if you don't, you're not going to like the way I handle it.
Did he handle it?
No.
So you did?
Yeah.
What happened?
Jack came back from his match. I was the next match. I'm sitting there. And I got people with me. I'm not going to say who they are, because I got a lot of friends who work there, and I wish them all well, and I don't want them to be punished because they're friends with me, And I walk up to him and I'm just like, Jack, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit like on TV, And he's just like, well, if you got a problem about it, do something about it. And I was just like, man, come on, man. I'll fucking kill you. Like, what are we doing? And it just, it's like Chael says, sometimes you just can't let you get close. I thought I was doing a responsible thing. I didn't punch anybody. I just choked somebody a little bit. Samoa Joe was there, told me to stop, and then I quit. I turned to Tony and I said, this place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit. I went to my room, and then Joe and Jerry Lynn came and got me, and they're like, let's just go out there and kill it. And I was just too fired up, and I'm fired up now, and I'm probably going to regret, talking about all this shit, but that's what happened.
Okay. So for those that don't know, you actually did go out and wrestle.
Yes.
Is that all just a blur for you, that match? Do you even remember?
No. That match is I was just like, this is the last time I'm ever going to wrestle Samoa Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is my last match in this company.
You knew that?
Yeah. I quit. I said, I fucking quit.
So why did you even go out?
For Joe.
Right.
For Joe, for Paul Turner, the referee, for Jerry Lynn, the agent on the match, because I, respect him, and I thought it was the professional thing to do. All the fans, a lot of fans there.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of them to see me, so go out there and give them a show.
100,000 fans, right?
I don't know. You have to check the turnstile count.
And so you go to the back. What happens then? Like, your match is over. Great match. What happens?
They told me Jack was told to leave. And I was like, do I got to leave? I was like, I want to watch the show. And they're like, no, it's fine. And then, I don't know, a couple matches later, a very nice man by the name of Sam, he was in charge of security. He was like, what are your plans for the rest of the night? And I was like, I was just going to shower and just hang out, watch the show, Because I the whole solo locker room thing's fucking lame. I had Joe, I had House of Black, I had all these guys with me. And I was just like, I just want to watch their match, And then he just kind of looked at me and I went, is it easier for you in your job if I leave? And he's just like, yeah, it might be. He's like, but nobody's telling you got to go. Like and I was just like, well, Sam, I'm a man to man. I'm not trying to fuck up your day. You got a job to do. So if it's easier for you, if I split, I'll split. And then I went and got Nando's for a bunch of the boys and went to my hotel room. And, when the show was over, they came by and we ate chicken.
Tremendous spot, by the way.
Nando's is great.
Spicy, the rice.
Oh, yeah.
The chips.
Peri, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow. Man. It's like I said earlier. I'm going to say it one more time. Literally, it hit the fan.
Shit's about to hit the fan.
This changed the whole tune of the whole locker room. This is crazy. Now, CM Punk talks about his whole experience. He choked Jack Perry, asked him nicely, don't do the glass spot. You cursed everybody up from Shivani to the doctor to the producer, agents, etc. And then you go ahead and you challenge Punk, you provoke them. What are you going to do about it? Provoking this man. Now, CM Punk, I still disagree with you choking him because just kindly walked away, but I know you felt like you was being challenged I know he's already triggered with the whole, if you guys missed it before, this is what took Punk off. Before that, this little comment here directed at Punk.
Crushing.
Real glass.
Crushing the
Go cry
abdomen.
me a river.
Gonna turn things around. Hook. There.
So I know that triggered you, and I know that you want to put on a good match for the show, due to respect to Jerry Lynn, former ECW legend, producer in AEW, Samoa Joe, who you had a lot of history with. Great match, by the way. And it was his last match to come, like he said. He told Tony Khan, you a joke, you a clown, I quit. And then the whole two-show thing, as me and Gilbert stated on the locker room before, that it would never work, which they would try to do, separate Collision with CM Punk and the Elite on Dynamite. And we see how that went. They still want him out of there. And CM Punk knew that. And he knew he was being used by Tony Khan for that show. Let's be honest, not just Collision, but Rampage as well. They got the shows because of CM Punk's arrival to AEW and the ratings and all the notoriety that AEW had gained with CM Punk being there. So it's crazy. But CM, Gilbert, tell me what you got to say before we end this here. Last thoughts on this.
Man, definitely don't rush it. I'm sure you got mad stuff that people. We got a good 15 more minutes. We got a good 15 more minutes for the question and answer. But this is definitely woo. And CM Punk said it right.